Hi, Dr. Dan and class. In this video, I'm going to talk about what did I learn in the survey design course. Then I'm going to start with the first few classes were about how to design the survey, about what kind of surveys that we can use, how to design a survey that is going to be valid and reliable, and what kind of language that we need to use in our survey. For example, we read about in the, I think it was from the Brown University article, the one that talks about the use of inclusive language. This is referred to use a language that is that includes all kinds of options, that it shouldn't be something like just yes or no or this and that. For example, in gender, we should always leave a space for other kinds of gender, like, and ask always about something that is not going to corner the subject into a certain response. For example, to what gender do you identify with? Male, female, others. And because if you ask the wrong questions and at the demographical information, this might influence the responses that the subject is going to give to you on the survey. It might become biased, or the subject might just not respond, and this will affect our data and our results. Let me see. Then later we learn about data collection, data screening. This is referred to what we need to do to get our data. For example, from surveys, we can also use literature. There's some valid information that we can get from other articles and research that has been already done. For example, let's see, means that have already been gotten, like means about how many suicides are found in, for example, in the state of Florida, or the rate of unemployment, some other kind of data that can be useful is demographical data from the samples that maybe we want to compare to something that is already established. Data screening and cleaning is something that I found to be very useful, because when we get all our data from the surveys and maybe interviews, we need to seek for those that are going to be useful for our statistical techniques, operations, because there might be several surveys that weren't finished, so we need to find which ones are they. And because maybe our sample is very robust, it might be difficult to find them, but if we use programs like Excel, that will make it easier. We can use colors and some other kind of stuff to make it more visible for us and to find them more easily than if you're just like doing with papers or just by read them. The screening is more about finding out like outliers or which ones were presenting some kind of bias. Like, for example, people who comply with all the responses by saying yes, 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 yes. If you see that, you know that there's some kind of bias over there. Or if there are surveys that were completed in like very fast, you know that information is not going to be valid, so you might have to remove it. Some others are just incomplete, so you can impute the responses and just put whatever the mean of the other responses that were completed was. Then we have like yes, descriptive and inferential statistics. The descriptive are used to get the big picture of everything. They help us to get in order all the information that we have. So now we can see if for example, if the assumptions that we need to comply with are met. Now we know if we can do an ANOVA analysis or correlation analysis or a t-test. Then we can continue with our research, or maybe we may be needing to do some changes. Inferential are those who come after it. With inferential statistics, we can make assumptions and we can conclude on what we found from the information that we got from certain sample. For example, what we were doing in this last week, it was a lot of inferential statistics. Like that was very interesting, that skin and what was the thing that was comparing, or skin tone and several kinds of discrimination. Yes, that was very interesting because we could see like how age plays a part in this, and the skin tone by itself, how many different kinds of people that you include in your circle is influenced by your skin tone or your age or your gender. So that's the kind of questions that inferential statistics answer. And well, all of this is becomes valid if our survey it's valid and reliable. Valid, it's well, of course it's referred to if the survey or the items are studying or measuring what they're supposed to be measuring. For example, if I want to measure something related with depression, or items should not be asking about what's your favorite day of the week, because that doesn't have anything to do with measuring depression. and with the reliability that is referred to the extent of how our study can be replicated, because if your survey gives every time you're administering, it gives you a different score from each person that is responding to it, that means that it's not reliable, because every time you're gonna use it, it's gonna give a different score. So it means that you shouldn't use it at all, because your study cannot be replicated. So well, in conclusion, what we learned in this course, I think, is not only about survey design. I think I learned about everything that I need to do in order to make my dissertation. This is gonna help me a lot, not only because now I have a better idea of what I'm gonna do, but also I have more tools now. Now I got to know about Jamovi, which is, I think, it's way better than SSPS. So that's what I think I'm gonna be doing now. I also think that maybe I'm gonna change my topic of research. It was about comparing two populations in their use of smartphones. But now I think I maybe gonna do something different. Something more related to social studies. But I have to come up with the idea still, and the survey that I'm gonna use. So thank you, Dr. Dan, for the class that you gave, that you how you say it, that you gave to us. And well, good luck with your future endeavors.